Hi, morning. Good bloody morning. I love bloody, don't I, Paul, that word? Bloody, 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 bloody good morning.
You like lots of words.
It's blowing a bloody hoolie.
It is.
No, it really is. It's wild and crazy out there. I mean, you know, Mother Nature tried to get rid of us with a virus. Now she's trying with high winds.
The broom has gone right onto that side of the palm tree, look.
Oh dear, I hope it's not going to snap off.
No.
Well, it could do, but it's rather bendy, the broom, isn't it?
It is.
That's why it would have been used to make a broom. Perhaps. Perhaps. Good morning. I'm Richard.
I'm Paul.
And this is...
Sunday Chat!
How marvellous. I know you're all terribly, terribly excited. Holed up in your houses, unable to go anywhere, see anybody or do anything other than the bare essentials. Sounds like a bloody luxury to me. Really? No, really. I've been in training for this moment all my life.
You slept on the sofa for 3 hours yesterday, didn't you?
I did.
In the afternoon.
Divine.
As I watched, Margaret Rutherford in Murder Most Foul,
Well,
Murder
several.
Ahoy, Murder Is Easy, Murder at the Gallop. I think all of them.
Highly recommended.
I thought you might get confused at one point because I was watching Murder at the Gallop but kept on going out to do something, so I would wind it back. Do you say wind it back now?
Rewind.
Rewind, yeah, but you don't sort of... Anyway, rewind a bit of it so that 5 minutes later when I came back in the room it would sort of be where it was when I left the room.
God, that's what rewinding is about.
So I thought he must have snored through the same scenes about 5 times at one point.
Why would I? Well, I was asleep, Paul.
I thought it might have gone in.
That generally happens when one's unconscious. Nothing tends to penetrate.
And dribbling. You were dribbling
Was
as
that?
well.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. From the mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, I don't know. I'm not finding it difficult to be at home.
Oh, you're a homebody.
I'm a homebody. I don't find it hard to do jobs around the house, get on with things that need to be done. I kind of like routine. I kind of don't mind repetitive stuff. Yes, occasionally I do scream and say, get me the hell out of here now.
And then I say, well, we'll just go to allotment and look at chickens. And Richard finds something else to do in the house. He was dusting. I was having my cup of tea on the sofa over there before, and he started dusting around me.
So what?
Well, there was dust going in my tea.
Oh, shame. Needs to be dusted. We've got to keep on top of those household chores.
You do need to keep on top of those household chores.
And I think one of the things that's important to mention is doorknobs.
Yeah.
And towels, hand towels, tea towels, things like that. Make sure you're on top of them. Put them in the wash, 60 to 90 degrees, get them clean. Keep doing it regularly.
Keep on top of your knobs and towels.
Yes, I think it's very, very important. And also to wipe down surfaces in bathrooms, keep toilets spotlessly clean.
Bing!
So we've got things to do. It's just normal. And you know, the occasional walk around the block.
And I
For
cook.
fresh air, open the windows, spy on the neighbours, try to look into people's windows, see what they're doing. Has Mrs. Smith completed that jigsaw puzzle yet? Have the young couple over the road killed each other yet?
No, that's horrible.
It's life.
Oh dear.
Life.
Yeah.
Life in the universe. How strange.
There was a really, really funny photo of a jigsaw puzzle the other day that really made me laugh. That one with the horse, with the red horse. They just got all the colours together and put them together. Oh, it did make me laugh.
Well, I can tell.
Oh dear, I laughed out loud. I don't often just burst out laughing when reading something, but that one really made me laugh. Obviously I haven't presented it very well, but it was very good. Yeah.
Try not to laugh as you're reciting the story.
That's what he says to me all the time.
Wait. Laugh afterwards. That's generally what happens with some kind of jokey content.
Okay, well, I'll do it. Something made me laugh out loud the other day.
What was it?
Whilst I was watching Facebook.
What have you done to your hair?
It was a photo of a jigsaw of a red horse.
Paul, shut up now.
And they put all the colours together.
I'm cutting this out.
And ha ha ha.
I'm cutting this out.
Why?
Because it's absolutely rubbish. Let's get on with the show, shall we, and the list.
Well, you said you wanted me to say it without laughing, so I thought I'd just do that.
No, that's called repetitive, boring content.
Next!
So the clock's moved forwards. Why do people have a bloody problem remembering? You spring forward to spring. You fall back to fall. That's it. Remember that. That's how you'll get it. I have this every bloody year.
Twice a year, actually.
Really? Twice a year.
And of course, many of us don't change our clocks in our car, do we? I mean, we don't, because our car's not working, but yeah. For 6 months of the year, our car was always wrong. It was always an hour out.
You just press a bloody button, Paul.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, we never did.
It says hours.
Oh, I can see a big spider.
Where?
All outside.
Oh, well, that's good. Really, just learn.
But sometimes you need to press it once. And sometimes you need to press it 11 times.
It's very clear on our car. Thank you very much. Yes, very clear. As it is on the Kuka.
Kuka.
Just press buttons. You'll get there eventually. It's not rocket science.
But we don't. The clock on the Kuka's not.
So we've lost
it up, do we?
Shut up.
It's not.
Now, Paul.
It doesn't say what time it is.
Stop boondoggling away, Paul. Really.
We don't use the clock on the Kuka.
I do.
Well, it's wrong.
That's because the clock's changed and I haven't done it yet.
Oh, well, you've done the clock. I never look at that clock.
Very easy.
I never look at
Just
that clock.
press buttons. It's usually hold one down and press another. Usually something like that.
I know how to do Mum's cooker.
Well, that's no good, is it?
No, not at the moment.
Useless. Boondoggling. Really. So, the hour change. Paul, really.
I'm doing Mum's cooker.
What, psychically?
Psychically.
Isn't it talking about psychic things, astrologers and things like that, and mediums, and people that can supposedly see into the future? Well, you didn't see this coming, did you? You blithering idiots.
There was a Facebook post earlier saying psychic convention cancelled due to unforeseen circumstances.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, really. You know, if a huge worldwide event such as this, affecting virtually everybody around the globe, somebody should have picked up on that. I said to you 6 months ago, didn't I, that we were overdue a big disaster.
Did you?
Yeah, do you not remember? We had a conversation. I said, we're overdue a big disaster.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Well, I remember it. So I predicted it, I think you'll find. Yes.
I don't remember that Mind you, I don't remember it.
Yes, let's move on, Paul. Let's not repeat absolutely everything I say. God. Yeah. Do it. Keep it like that. The hour change. Losing an hour doesn't really mean much these days, does it, Paul?
No.
That's right. It doesn't mean a bloody thing. Who cares? Yeah, okay, you've made your point now, Paul. It's not funny anymore.
Next!
So, news just in. Quite distressing, really. Paul's mum's care has been stopped.
Yeah, it's been withdrawn. Sensibly.
Yeah. Well, we understand why. We understand why. It's a little bit distressing for...
Well, for Mum and for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, my brother's very nearby, Mum. But yeah, because of the outbreak in Guernsey, there's a lockdown in Guernsey as well, which came in, I think, on Tuesday evening. I think it came in. So they've now cancelled care apart from absolutely essential care. That's sort of home care, if you see what I mean, essential home care. So yeah, that's a bit of a worry. I must admit, it was the last thing I thought of when I went to sleep. It was the first thing I thought of when I woke up. I think I'm going to have to say to Mum to make sure she takes her the phone with her, because sometimes she forgets to take the phone off the cradle and put it on her walker. She's got an alarm around her neck, you know, obviously, well, not obviously, but she does have that, and she wears that all the time. But I think I'll need to, I sort of want to call her twice a day.
I think you should.
But I don't want to call her twice a day if she's going to have to get up from her chair to go and get the phone, to get back to the chair to have a chat. So I'm going to need to...
Try and arrange a time.
Yeah. It would be great if I could say to get Mum to pick up her phone from the cradle near the breakfast, well, the table where she has breakfast each morning, and then put it back before she goes to bed.
Yeah, I think she's a bit paranoid about
flat batteries.
Yeah, and it's perfectly fine. It's not going to run out as long as it's put on the cradle every day.
Yeah.
But she's got one in the bedroom, hasn't she? I thought she had one in the bedroom.
I can't remember whether there's one in the kitchen, whether there's one in the bedroom.
Well, why don't they move the one in the kitchen?
I'm not sure. There's a plug in the bedroom. I'll ask Martin.
A plug?
Yeah, for the phone.
It doesn't need to be plugged into the phone.
Oh no, it doesn't need to be plugged in, no, because it goes off Wi-Fi.
There are extensions.
Yeah. But still, it's still the carrying about. It's still putting that phone on the walker so that it is there. But yeah, and they've been advised, or she's been advised, because she had a call from the social services on Friday, I think it was, not to go out for her walk
at all.
So she did say, well, maybe I could go onto the patio. It was like, no, Mum, no, because the patio has got a step down and then a little ramp, so you certainly don't want to do that on her own.
No.
So yeah, but she's going to open the windows, and I'll be speaking to her very soon.
And just to stay on the coronavirus content, I just want to pick up from a comment that somebody left. Sort of almost trying to call me out on saying on my vlogs that go out on Planet Vegetaria, that we weren't accepting content on Planet Vegetaria to do with Corona, yet I talk about it constantly on my vlogs. Well, first of all, I just want to pick up that I don't talk about it constantly, and how dare you try and call me out? Really? It's my channel, it's my group, okay? I set them both up. I'll do what the bloody hell I want. However, I don't constantly talk about it. The reason that we stopped content on Planet Vegetaria is because it will become flooded, no matter how good the intent from people.
Yeah.
It will become flooded with exactly the same posts as Facebook.
As everywhere else on
As
Facebook.
everywhere else. And we're all being bombarded. And believe you me, this is only a couple of weeks into this crisis in the UK in terms of lockdown.
Well, it's only a week.
Yeah.
It's less than a week.
And actually, think about how it will feel after 3 months of being bombarded with these posts. So, let me just make it very, very clear to you. We will decide on how we manage our vlogs and our groups and Facebook pages, our social media in general. Thank you very much. And I'll just round this off. To the YouTubers who are making videos that basically use the coronavirus as a basis for the video and are potentially still earning money from that. I don't like that. I find it sensationalist. I find it distasteful, and I simply don't like it. You know how we feel about clickbait. I find it disgusting.
Oh, yeah. There was another one this week that really upset me.
I think it's an excuse for trying to get views. I think it's greedy. And these are big channels doing this. They've got enough subscribers already, surely.
Well, also, it's
really?
Some of the clickbait is actually absolutely not true.
No.
And much of the other is scaremongering, and that's what we don't want. If you're a professional in that area and you're giving valid information about coronavirus and what you should do, carry on. Absolutely
if you're
brilliant.
A trained professional. And we know a couple.
Yeah.
Who are giving good advice.
If you're a sort of random YouTuber or random Facebook person posting rubbish about this virus, just stop it. I mean, what a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really galls me when, you know, YouTubers who have a lot of followers are then using the subject to attract views. That to me is totally wrong. And I mean, mind you, there are some YouTubers with a lot of followers who masquerade as gardeners and food producers.
Yeah.
Really.
Moving on.
I got your number.
Moving on.
Thank you, bloody thank you for listening to my little rant there. But I just had to get that off my chest.
Oh God, yeah, I'm glad you did.
I think it's good.
I think it's marvellous because I won't have to put up with it the rest of the day.
Now, Paul, you wanted to talk about some kind of Marinara sauce.
Marinara sauce.
Oh, marinara.
Marinara
What does that
sauce
mean, Paul? Do tell us.
It's tomato sauce.
Well, marinara doesn't mean tomato, does it?
Exactly.
What does it mean? Tell us more.
Well, marinara
fascinated.
is obviously marine, isn't it? That's the derivation of it.
So are there sea tomatoes then?
No. That's what I don't understand, because Brian and...
Marinara marinade?
Are you going to shut up? Marinara sauce, so many of our people on Planet Vegetaria put marinara sauce, and my first thought is, has it got mussels or fish or salmon in it? You'd like that, wouldn't you? But no, it's a basic tomato sauce. And it's always confused me when people put marinara sauce. I had a look at Wiki this morning on marinara sauce, and it's likely that it got its name from mariners, and the fact that tomato was brought back, obviously, when it was found in the Americas, to Italy, well, to the whole world, but to Italy. And it was Italians who were making this sauce from the tomatoes mariners brought back.
Oh.
Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but at least it gives me some sense now as why marinara sauce is called
and
marinara sauce.
How is it made, Paul?
It's tomatoes, onions, herbs, olive oil. That's it, really. Very basic tomato sauce. So when people put marinara sauce, I now know it's just a really basic tomato sauce, which is super.
And what would we call it?
We call it a tomato sauce, but we wouldn't call it a tomato ketchup sauce. It's like a tomato pasta sauce. And of course it's also used on pizzas. But that did then get me wondering about the food that people eat around the world, because obviously Italy is really famous for growing tomatoes, the Italian plum tomatoes, for its pasta sauces, for its pizza, which obviously most pizza is tomato sauce based. What did Italy eat before the tomato came along? What was their staple food before tomato came along in Italy?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
Do some history then.
And then I started thinking about it again, and of course potatoes are exactly the same thing. Well, they're different.
As what?
Potatoes, in the UK, we haven't always had potatoes. Potatoes were not a staple product of the UK for millennia.
Well, then what did we eat?
I don't know.
Some bread and beer.
It must have been sort of like most of it wheat-based and bread-based, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Leaves from bushes, some blackberries.
Yeah, but they're not starchy, are they? I mean, I suppose, yeah, I think I'm going to have to look back on the history of vegetables.
Good.
Yeah. The carrot is obviously a really intriguing one.
Is it?
Well, yeah, because they weren't orange.
No, they were purple, weren't they?
Purple and... Is it purple and white or purple and yellow?
And still are. You can still get purple carrots.
You can.
Big, lovely purple ones.
We've got some to grow this year.
Mm.
But no, it's just interesting, the derivation of these things. So, you know, marinara sauce for me has to, or should include seafood. But now I know it's possibly derived from the mariners who brought tomatoes back.
You've said that already.
I know. I'm repeating myself today.
I think you need an assessment.
Next!
But it's you next.
What is it? Oh,
sowing
yes.
seeds and sowing what you eat.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, and sowing what you eat.
I think it's really important at the moment when we are growing food, and it looks as though this year that is going to be more important for many of us than our normal days, let's say, to make sure that you grow what you eat. There are a few things that I've been sent by people, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to try that, and oh, that's different, I'm going to try that. What I'm actually doing now is I'm putting most of those to one side, and I'm growing the things that I know are sort of bog standard or work for me, or are things that we do eat. The only thing that I am really sort of pushing the boat out, doing differently, is a sword bean, because we were sent a sword bean, which is a big bean, and we're going to grow that this year just for a bit of fun.
You're doing flowers.
No, we're doing flowers. No, I'm talking about food.
Yes, I know, but we could say we're not doing flowers, let's do food in those patches as well.
Yes, but that flower bed is also for pollinators, so it's attracting other pollinators in to hopefully ensure that the things that do need pollinating on our plots and the other
people's plots. We're thinking of other people too.
Those bees and pollinators, insects and all of that, and moths and butterflies all sort of come in. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
So it's not a good year to try that peach, pear, cherry cross plant then?
No. I'm sticking to sort of the things that I know work.
Stick to what you're going to eat. If you don't like cucamelons, don't grow them.
Oh. And if you're thinking about growing cucamelons,
don't grow them.
Don't. I mean, they are...
Don't be testing out your plot on things that you don't really know you like.
No.
It's not worth it.
It's not the year to do that. Let's leave that to another year.
So, Paul, I hear on the grapevine that some allotments have actually closed. What's the deal there? From somebody who actually really is in touch with DEFRA.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. Northamptonshire closed its allotments earlier this week and then reopened them. But there's some sort of it's not confusion. There's a sort of crossover. Are allotments food production or are allotments exercise? Because actually, if you one of the regulations now is that you can't drive, or you shouldn't be driving somewhere to get exercise. Exercise should be carried out from your front door, effectively. So you should walk or cycle or run from your front door back to your front door. If you need to drive somewhere to then walk there, that's not allowed. So with some allotments, they are a distance out of a village or out of a town, and that is where we're trying to get some clarity at the moment. I know Jerry in Dublin, they have a 2 kilometre travel distance that they're allowed, but they're not allowed to travel outside of that 2 kilometres, and her allotments are just outside of the 2 kilometres, and the allotments have got a car park, and that car park has been closed, and therefore the allotments have been closed. And it's sort of trying to get clarity on exactly what the rules and regulations are, because they are changing, and of course they could change tomorrow and the day after and the day after. But I do hope that we will be able to still walk and cycle to our allotments, but time will tell. I think the travelling by car one is slightly questionable at the moment, and in some areas like Avon and Somerset, you're not allowed to drive to your allotment. So be wary of what the rules and regulations now are in your area, and not just what the government is saying. Yeah. Testing times.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there are obviously, each plot site has got its own setup.
Yeah.
So some have got car parks, some haven't, some are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
A lot aren't. I mean, ours are in the middle of the housing estate almost, aren't they? Well, not the middle, but they're on the edge of a housing estate. So, you know, it's difficult though, because there are people who rely on what they are growing to eat.
Absolutely.
And actually, it would be safer to go to the plot and pick up your dinner than go to a shop.
Well, for most people, that's exactly right. Yes, it would. It would. What you don't have to when you drive to, and this is the other thing about driving to a shop, which is allowed at the moment to go and get things. But most allotments obviously are inaccessible to those people who aren't plot holders. So there is always a padlock or some type of lock that needs to be opened by the plot holder.
Yeah, but shops are effectively policed by staff. Allotment sites aren't. So in a shop, the staff can ensure that people are staying 2 metres apart.
Yeah.
So
but by their very nature, allotments, you are normally that distance apart.
Yeah, but I don't mean to sound negative, but playing devil's advocate, there are still stupid people that have plots. We know that from YouTube.
But even in shops, we see on our timeline on Facebook that there are a number of people that don't observe the social distancing. And I know sometimes it can be challenging, but it's something that we have to do now. I mean, it's as simple as that.
And it's very easy to remember to do the 2 metre ballet. It's very, very easy. Your arm plus a gap of about that, if you imagine that to be a sort of pivot in the centre, your arm and the pivot are about metre. So 2 arms, a pivot in the centre is 2 metres. So if you meet somebody in the street who's getting too close, you say 2 metre ballet, and you pivot around each other with arms outstretched. It's very easy to do.
But don't touch.
No, a pivot, an imaginary pivot.
I know what you're saying, but make sure you don't touch.
Of course, the stupid people won't know what a pivot is.
So what is a pivot?
Well, it's the centre of something that moves in a circle. Yeah? So it might be a sort of metallic piece of engineering that enables you to spin around each other. Do you see what I mean? Like a lazy Susan.
I think we should all have huge hula hoops that we put around us.
Good idea, but they wouldn't be 2 metres, would they?
Well, they could be.
They'd have to be bloody enormous.
They would have to.
Would be rather impractical.
And then they could be.
I think my idea of the 2 metre ballet is far, far classier.
But it is interesting because we're so used to sort of, you know, seeing people and.
Really?
Well, yeah, I am. You're obviously antisocial anyway, unlike me. I'm so used to seeing people, and you know, I don't invade their personal space. But you're obviously, you know, talking at much, much closer distances than we're allowed at the moment. So you just have to remember that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've not got it, actually. The amount of talking you do to people, boondoggling away all day. Anyway.
Next!
So, Wednesday night is Richard and Paul's quiz night.
Yay!
On our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria. That's Planet Vegetaria, a Facebook group by Richard and Paul. Richard and Paul since 2017. That's contractual. Anyway.
So yes, this Wednesday, 8 PM UK time.
Planet Vegetaria, quiz night.
Quiz night.
And there will be a slightly different theme this week. We're not going to tell you what, it's a surprise. But we will announce it on Planet Vegetaria the day before.
So that you can
prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know what you're saying. I understand. What about YouTube? Some people have said to me, Richard and Paul, why aren't you doing a live on YouTube anymore? Well, you're in luck. There's going to be one coming up very soon.
Is there?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a live on YouTube. We'll let you know when. Also, bonus, get prepared for a live cook-along. A live cook-along. Ooh, a live wind-along as well, by the sounds of it.
Very breezy out there.
Yeah, that's coming up. We've just got to do a little bit of prep on that.
Yeah.
It requires preparation, but it will be a recipe that you can follow along and cook along with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited. We are.
It could all go horribly wrong.
Well, that depends on how well you test the recipe, Paul. Really. So there we are.
I made bagels about a week ago. In fact, I made nagels. I made no-hole bagels. And, yeah.
They were actually very tasty toasted.
They were fabulous toasted.
They were crisp. I know bagels aren't usually crisp when toasted, but yours were rather flat, weren't they, Paul?
They puffed up.
Discus-like.
And then they puffed down as well.
But I can't understand why you did so badly, Paul.
I think they are bête noire for me, bagels.
I don't know why you even bother.
I've made them 3 times, I think.
Twice.
Twice?
Only twice.
I think I have made them 1 more time, but you didn't know about it because I threw them in the bin.
That's a shame.
I didn't. I put them in the compost actually. Yeah, bagels. anyway.
Okay, lovely. How nice.
Is that it?
Anything else you'd like to say before we say ta-ta?
I don't.
No, I don't
so.
think there is there, Paul?
But do remember.
Oh, I think they're remembering. Oh, yes.
And I have to say,
do you?
That with all the washing that was going on with my hands, they were getting a bit...
I can hear. They sound like sandpaper.
But they're much better than they were because I've been putting balm on them.
You see, they're so dry. I mean, when I do that, listen to the sound. When you do it, yes, it's like rustling. It's like sitharism.
The sitharism of my hands.
Is it sitharism?
Yeah, the wind through the trees. Yeah.
So that's it. Bloody thank you, bloody thank you for joining us this lovely Sunday. And it is actually Sunday. It is Sunday, yeah.
It's
We've
Sunday.
actually filmed this on Sunday morning.
Sunday,
bloody Sunday.
Yeah, we're not going to sing that song. No.
So,
oh,
yes.
we did sing, didn't we? We had a little sing
We
song.
did sing on the live show.
On the pub quiz.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
So,
because we could do that on Facebook. Do you want to wrap it up now?
I'm wrapping it up. Shut up now. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you later on Planet Vegetaria for my first vlog of the week.
Yay!
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Goodbye.